Hello, folks. Welcome live. We are courtside at Caesars Windsor. It's the Clash of the Coliseum 4, and we're at our third game of a triple hitter here. We saw the Laurier Golden Hawks and the Windsor Lancers battle it out for 2 games before. We saw a buzzer beater right before we came on broadcast here. A really exciting night, and nothing better would cap it off than a fantastic basketball game here between the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans and the Windsor Express. I'm Brett Hedges. He is Kobe K. And Kobe, what are you expecting tonight from the Windsor Express and the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans?
I'm expecting a fantastic game. This is an opportunity for the community to come together and enjoy this sport we all love so much here in Windsor, and one of the loveliest venues in the country. Caesars Windsor, the Windsor Express are 4-0 in these games, and they look to keep things rolling against the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans here at Caesars Windsor.
The Kitchener-Waterloo Titans do have the Windsor Express number, though. They're 2-1 against the Express this year. How do we turn that around if you're the Windsor Express?
Well, the Windsor Express are actually 4-0 when it comes to the Clash of the Coliseum, but it's going to be tough here tonight, and they definitely need a win. They are 1-4 in their last 5. So although we can enjoy the environment and the luxuries of being here, this is a must-win game.
Absolutely. 5-11 for the Windsor Express, 6-8 for the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans. They come into this contest after three battles with the Windsor Express. Different venue. Is it a situation where you just kind of try and forget that this is a different venue, just try and play ball?
I think so, but I also think they can use this to build on it. You know, reel in that crowd, embrace the moment, and take this opportunity to get a W in spectacular fashion here at Caesars Windsor.
And Kitchener-Waterloo has been led by Ricky Tarrant in points per game. He's a fantastic player. Looking forward to seeing him play tonight.
He's been electric over the course of his last 3, 23.3 points per game and 54% from the field. He's getting it done in multiple areas. The Kitchener-Waterloo Titans holster and bolster an exciting backcourt. AJ Davis and Adam Blazek, all 3 of them really good 3-point shooters. This is a quality squad that the Windsor Express will face tonight.
Well, the one factor of the game that they might look to exploit is down low. They have been playing very well with the bigs, Nick Evans, DeAndre Thomas, and of course the newly acquired Juan Patillo. Tell us a little bit about his acquisition.
He has been dynamite. He is over 20 points per game. He had 11 or 12 in the first game and well over 20 in his second and third game, but he is hitting all statistical categories, over 5 rebounds, almost 3 assists. He's going to get you more than a steal and more than a block, and definitely the reserve and the help that the Windsor Express needed.
Clash, baby. It's all about the clash, baby. We in here. What's
right.
going on?
Adley Stevenson just having ourselves a ball with Kobe K. What are you looking forward to seeing tonight?
You know, it's always an exciting night here, and lots of energy. Fans get up for this. You know, it matters to players, guys. Players make a big deal about this, and I mean, hey, it's a good atmosphere, man.
Absolutely. We're glad that we have Adley Stevenson with us here. We'll be joined by David Magley, the NBL Canada Commissioner during the third quarter. Tell us a little bit about everything going on in the league, and a fantastic start to the league here in 2016-2017. What do you think, Adley?
Year number 6 is off to a bang. Hashtag the pursuit. Everyone's chasing something, and hey, we're having a great time. Lots of quality play on the floor. The races thus far, you know, early going, we saw a lot of teams, as in Kitchener-Waterloo, got a slow start. They're picking it up, and you're starting to see what these teams really can do.
And I'm looking forward to seeing the Windsor Express keep their winning streak alive here at Caesars Windsor. Tell us a little bit about just how special this venue, this event is for the league.
Well, because it's so unique and it's never been done before in this level, it gets people really intrigued off the bat. I remember year 1, it was a lot of intrigue, lots of like, what's going on in a casino? They're playing basketball, and it just keeps growing and building interest. You know, being downtown obviously is really important because it gives an opportunity for the Windsor Express franchise to get that exposure. So I think it's pluses right across the board.
And this is a great opportunity for these regional rivalries to get fired up, so to speak. Nothing like seeing 2 college games as the prequel to our pro game here tonight.
You know, we can't undervalue the importance and significance of having these college teams out here competing, really part of it, because now they're partners in this. And I mean, moving forward, I'd love to see more of that in some of our arenas moving forward and really building a strong partnership between ourselves and the CIS.
Of course, because the CIS have sent many players to the NBL Canada. The Windsor Lancers have been well represented, and of course, Kitchener-Waterloo has Greg Morrow, who was the OUA's leading scorer last year.
Hey, listen, I could have been one of them if I made it to the CIS, so there you go, right?
Thank you very much, Adley. We'll see him around courtside, and you're going to see us up in the booth just shortly after the national anthem. It's Knockstrom.tv pregame. Thank you for tuning in. The Windsor Express and Kitchener-Waterloo Titans.
Flash, baby!
Coliseum 4. We'll be back shortly after the national anthem.
Express Nation. What a wonderful night to have you here, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Welcome to Caesars Windsor. This is a great event, our fourth clash, the Clash at the Coliseum game between the visiting Kitchener-Waterloo Titans and your Windsor Express. This is a hard-working team. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it's my pleasure to introduce the owner of the Windsor Express, your CEO and president, Mr. Dardis Willis.
Thanks, Jim. Good evening, everybody. Let me try that one more time. Good evening, Windsor. On behalf of the National Basketball League of Canada, the Windsor Express, the City of Windsor, my partners, my partner sponsors, the players, the team, we'd like to welcome you to the Clash at the Coliseum, number 4. Before we move forward, I'd like to speak about one of the most important things of the Windsor Express, and that's building basketball in Windsor. Today was very special, and I'd like you to give all the college athletes that participated today a round of applause. Before we set up our Windsor Lancers to play here, we had one challenge for them, and they upheld it. For the Lady Lancers, they were victorious. Please give them a round of applause. And what a magnificent finish for our men Lancers. Give it up for them. This is what basketball is all about. From the smallest to the largest playing in arenas such as this. So on behalf of my partners and myself, I'd like to thank you for giving us the opportunity to do things like this. Our partners are truly committed to make sure that we continue to give the opportunity to the children to play in venues such as this. So again, thank you very much for coming out. And let me now introduce the league commissioner, Dave Mackley. Come on out for a moment.
If I wore a jacket like that, I'd look like a big couch. It just wouldn't work on a guy like this. It looks great on him, though. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you for making this one of the showcase events for our league. Thank you to the University of Waterloo, Laurier University. You put on great shows. I was here since 3 o'clock and watched great basketball all day long. What an amazing opportunity for this great game in this wonderful land. And we just thank you for coming, and please continue to support the Windsor Express when they go back home. We need all of you to come out there to help this work. Thank you.
Last but not least, I need my partners who's given us the opportunity here in Windsor to continue to bring basketball to you. So let's give a special round of applause to my partners who continue to be committed to provide Windsor with professional basketball in all odds. Please, stand up and give a round of applause, guys. I'm standing up for a reason because we had the opportunity. Thank you so much, and let's enjoy this evening.
Commissioner Dardis, thank you very much. We want to thank Leuna 625, ladies and gentlemen, for being the presenting sponsor of the 2016-2017 season of the Windsor Express. Thank you, Leuna. Please welcome the Dance Bar.
Lakewood means rewind, a gunshot means forward. You requested it, so we rewind.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all our sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Okay, you can go back.
You down the road, and it's just great to see everybody with such unity and togetherness.
Were victorious the last time they were at home, and that was against the Moncton Miracles last Friday.
And they will look to build on that. And as you said in the pregame, they are 2-1 in terms of this season series. These two teams very evenly matched. I expect this to be a dogfight. I expect it to be competitive. And really, at the end of the day, the better team will win. But I expect a great game.
Looking forward to seeing it as well. The Kitchener-Waterloo Titans will start Adam Blazik, Ricky Tarrant, Paul Cooper. Believe Adam Wing will be in the starting lineup as well as AJ Davis. The Windsor Express are still holding out on their starting 5. And here we go. As we dim the lights, the Express get into their pre-game ritual. The starting 5 for the Windsor Express will be Juan Patillo rocking number 1, and that's someone that we've been really excited about since coming over. Juan Patillo doing really big things for the Express. We'll get more in about him as the game goes along. Number 10, Warren Ward, also in the starting lineup for the Express. He's an Ottawa University graduate, a native of London, Ontario, one of the 4 Canadians on this squad, and a fantastic player leading the team in points per game currently. Darren Duncan is someone who has some experience playing in the Clash of the Coliseum. He played in the first ever Clash as the Windsor Express were victorious. Looking to see him get more back into form after he came back from injury. This will be his fourth game, pardon me. Quinnell Brown coming back into the starting lineup for the Windsor Express, number 15, former league MVP in 2013-2014.
He will move back into power forward tonight.
And Nick Evans, number 44, rounding out the starting 5. Big man in the middle. Nick Evans, standing 6'11". And the low post presence for the Windsor Express may be something that they go to early, as we have Paul Cooper and AJ Davis and Cavell Johnson for Kitchener-Waterloo. Not the biggest forward core. Maybe something we'll see later tonight.
Certainly, I believe 3 of their guards are 6'1", so definitely a smaller backcourt, but Paul Cooper will bring some size in the middle, and he's played some good basketball as of late.
A big crowd here. I'd say over 3,000 people in for tonight's game. Always a fun time, a special venue. Always deserves a special game, and of course we bring only the best to you here on Knockstrom.tv. We hope you enjoy the contest between the Windsor Express and the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans. Courtside is filled up. I see Mayor Drew Dilkins in the area. Of course, we got CTV's Jim Crichton at center court. Our Master of Ceremonies here tonight, as I'm sure we'll have our ceremonial tip-off very shortly.
And we talked in the pregame, Brett, about the success the Windsor Express have had in this game in particular. I apologize, a quick stat correction. My package said 4-0. The Express 3-0 in these particular games. Either way, they look to go 4-0 tonight, and this is a place where they have found great success.
Our ceremonial tip-off is being handled by Mike Berkovic, played at the University of Michigan, Michigan State University during their championship season, played along Irvin Magic Johnson, some of the best players, some fantastic players. And Mr. Mike Berkovic was on the starting lineup for that squad. And he's one of Windsor's greatest exports. Is a big supporter of the Windsor Express, and also a business owner in Windsor.
You wonder who would win the tip-off between Dardis Willis and Coach David Magley.
I certainly love it. We'll chat with him about that in the third quarter. We'll have him in the game, and here the game is underway. The Kitchener-Waterloo Titans with the basketball. Ricky Tarrant over to AJ Davis, or Jamal Harris, pardon me, number 1. Blazik, number 5, working to his left. Pivots to wing, and he can't knock down the opening shot of the game, and Juan Patillo with the opening rebound. Patillo at the top of the key, defended by Jamel Harris. Ward surveying the area, gets a high screen from Nick Evans. Nick gets it back, sweeps through, going lane. No, has that ball turned over. Here comes Blazik. Patillo chasing him down. Oh, and he can't finish. Patillo made Adam Blazik hear footsteps, and he couldn't knock it down. believe we're going to have a shot clock reset. We see some Bob Seger being listened to in the Coliseum. I'd like to thank you all for joining us here, especially our fans from the Kitchener-Waterloo region for tuning in on Knockstrom.tv. Big thanks. As Bill Jones speaks with the officials, just getting the scoreboard situated. Serge Langus, the head coach of the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans, Stu Julius, their GM. And they've compiled a great group of players in Kitchener-Waterloo. They were off to a pretty good start, 6-8 after a rough start to the regular season, but 6-8, a solid record, and moving themselves up the NBL Canada Central Division.
Indeed. They've won 2 straight. They've also won 4 of their last 6. So despite the rocky start, like you had pointed out, really finding themselves. Made some recent roster changes, but the play of Ricky Darrant has been electric. Certainly through the last 3, like we talked about, really been a catalyst in leading this team, and they look to continue that trend tonight.
The Windsor Express in their 5th season. As you can see, the decal on their jersey with the 5 on it. 5 years of Windsor Express basketball, pretty special. Been pretty cool to be involved with it from one of the first days. So we're gonna have another quick change here. And folks, while we've got ourselves a second, we're gonna head right back into the game. And we will inbound it. Quinnell Brown, the trigger man. Nick Evans, quick pass to Quinnell. Takes the bump, off the mark, and it will be Paul Cooper who collects it. Adam Wing moving the ball up the floor.
What an effort by the big man, Paul Cooper.
Jamel Harris facing up on Juan Patillo. A pair of ones going at it in the low post. Harris, no good. Darren Duncan with the ball. Bringing it up the floor. High screen set by Nick Evans. Darren Duncan has the ball poked away by Tarrant, and it will be express ball with 12 to shoot on the shot clock.
Tarrant almost got a hold of that basketball, averaging 1.56 steals on the season. Great defensive player.
Darren Duncan directs traffic for the Windsor Express. Changes the inbound configuration. Inbound to Quinnell Brown. High screen set by Nick Evans. Adam Wing gets around it. 3 ball from Quinnell. It's good. Good to see QB shooting the 3 well.
Yeah. Shooting 31% on the season from downtown, but that was an important one. Averaging over 14 points per game. Quinnell Brown getting it done for the Express.
And it will be Kitchener-Waterloo ball. Quinnell Brown got his hands on that one.
But if you're Coach Bill Jones, you gotta love the 7 boards Quinnell Brown gets you each night out.
Tarrant working against Warren Ward, swings it over to Blazik for 3. Adam Blazik knocks it down. Nice play call there and nice execution.
Averaging 40% from downtown on the season. That's a shot he is going to hit more times than not. Fantastic 3-point shooter, number 5, Adam Blazik.
Swinging the ball around, Rutillo at the top of the key. Harris to Nick Evans for 2, and he knocks it down. Nick Evans.
He has shown the ability to drain the 2-point shot throughout this year.
Yeah, he has extended his range in recent games. Adam Wing, he knocks down a long 2 in tie game, 5-5.
Yeah, the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans, 5th in the league, averaging almost 9 made 3-pointers a game, so they can drain them from the downtown.
Duncan directing traffic, defended heavily by Tarrant. 7 to shoot, 6 to shoot. Got the defender in the air, found Patillo down low, rising. Patillo is good.
Deep into the shot clock, Juan Patillo showing off some veteran moves.
Patillo was a teammate of Blake Griffin's at Oklahoma University before heading over to Western Kentucky. Just goes to show what kind of skill set he has.
Brings extreme versatility for the Express, and I really do believe, Brett, that is what they needed.
Nick Evans was defending against Paul Cooper, and he steps out of bounds as he tried to make a spin move. That'll be a turnover. And here come the Express. Big offseason acquisition was the re-signing of Darren Duncan. He missed the first 13 games. Has been helping the Express as we have a turnover there. Adam Wing with it now. And Patillo disrupting that shot again.
The Express got lucky there. That would have been an easy 2 points for the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans, sort of fling lane to the basket. Maybe a defensive miscommunication there for the Express.
Resetting the shot clock after the Patillo rebound. And we will get back to gameplay here in the first quarter on Knockstream.tv. Thank you so much for tuning in, folks. And we're good to go here.
The Express with a hot start from the field. Brett, 3 of 4 for 75%.
And back into gameplay, here's Darren Duncan. Duncan for 3. Yes, welcome back, Darren Duncan.
Give Nick Evans some credit there for creating space for Darren Duncan to get a clean look at the basket.
No look pass from Cooper to Jamel Harris. He has the ball stripped by Juan Patillo. The Express running. Here's Ward at the cup for 2.
Great play in transition there for Windsor.
Nice seal from Nick Evans on that play as well, opening up the lane for Ward.
Yeah, he does a lot of things off the ball for Windsor on the offensive end. Things that go unnoticed.
Tarrant swings it out to Wing. He looks inside, but back out to Tarrant. High screen, Jamel Harris. Tarrant for 2. Off the mark, rebounded by QB. Loose ball. They're going to say it's a foul on Adam Wing on the rebound.
And good effort and ball instincts there for Quinnell Brown, able to box out and come up with that basketball.
Subs in for the KW Titans. Number 33, Kevin Foster, and number 28, Cavell Johnson, checking in.
Cavell Johnson playing great basketball off the bench, almost 10 points per game, almost 6 boards, so he's giving you some valuable minutes off the pine.
Duncan, travel, no, they're going to call a foul. I thought he might have taken the extra step there, but they're going to call a foul on number 4, Ricky Tarrant, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2, does Darren Duncan.
And you got to wonder, Brett, where he's at in terms of the physical piece. Is he 100%? The numbers definitely aren't there, but he continues to get more comfortable coming back to Windsor, coming back to the NBL, and he looks a little better each game.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more. Played in Finland and Greece. Spoke with him about his time overseas. Very valuable. So he was very happy to be back in North America, playing for a team that he helped them earn a championship.
The floor general, number 12, Darren Duncan.
And that ball is mishandled on the rebound by Foster, so it will be Express ball down low. And Darren Duncan clapping his hands, getting his men configured. As Juan Patillo can't knock down the shot. And we'll say that went off of Nick Evans last, so it will be Kitchener-Waterloo ball.
A creative inbounds play by the Windsor Express. Patillo unable to convert, but good communication thus far, at least from the passing.
Blazik with a 3, rebounded by Quinnell Brown. Duncan to his right. Pulls back, gets a screen from Quinnell Brown behind the back pass. Quinnell on the run, back to Duncan. 4 to shoot. Working against Blazik, and he can't get it to go. Tarrant quickly up the floor. That ball is knocked away, and it will stay with the Express. Or sorry, it will be a Kitchener-Waterloo ball, as Tarrant and Evans nearly crash into the basket support as Maurice Jones checks into the game.
Tarrant did a good job getting to the rack, but credit Nick Evans for coming back and making a huge defensive play.
Tarrant looks Finds Sutherland on the baseline, no good. Warren Ward with the rebound after that miss. Tremar Sutherland with the miss.
Now we have the spark plug, Maurice Jones, commanding the helm for the Windsor Express.
Back to Jones after the high screen. Juan Patillo now in motion. Jones looking at Nick. Elbow jumper. It's good. Nick Evans showing off his range once again.
When you got a big man with range like that, good things are going to happen. He can space the floor out or find the open man. He's a good passer. Nick Evans. What a versatile skill set he brings.
Wing swings it out to Tarrant. Losing it is Foster. Maurice Jones on the run. Picked up his dribble, had to give it up to Warren Ward. Ward gonna draw a foul on Tremar Sutherland. And I believe we're gonna have a timeout. Block 9 with the hold. That'll be going to Tremar Sutherland. Windsor Express draw the foul, and we're gonna have a quick timeout here on Knockstrom.tv. When we return, more of the first quarter here.
Connection is the official racing partner of the Windsor Express. IXL Cleaners is the official cleaners of the Windsor Express, keeping us looking fresh on game days. Express Nation, make sure that you sign up for a free throw competition where 2 of the fans will get the chance to win a limited edition Matt Citizen watch, courtesy of Aprons Jewelry. It will take place between the 3rd and 4th quarter.
Yep. Welcome back, folks. Coming out of the timeout, the Windsor Express up 15-5 over the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans. Head coach Serge Langes called timeout to gather the troops. And I believe the foul was going to be called on the floor, so there will not be free throws. Warren Ward on the catch and shoot for 3. Oh, off the mark. Good look for Warren Ward, and a quick start for the Windsor Express, Kobe.
6 of 9 from the field. Coach Bill Jones has got to love that. With the Waterloo Titans, 2 of 9. So definitely the way this team wanted to get things going, rolling out of the gate. Windsor's got to be happy, but still over 5 minutes left in the first.
Tarrant knocks down the 3 on the catch and shoot from Tremar Sutherland. Nice drive and dish there. And Patillo crashing into Tremar Sutherland. He'll be called for the offensive foul. Bill Jones speaking with the officials, asking if Sutherland was inside the semicircle. But the ball goes the other way. Wins Kitchener-Waterloo. Foster. Over to Tremar, working one-on-one against Warren Ward. To his right, kicking it out. Foster, the shot. Triple for Foster. And just like that, the Waterloo Titans are back in at 15-11.
Yeah, we talked about their ability to shoot the 3 ball in the pregame. And they can score the basketball 103 points per game. So in the offensive end, they're a dangerous team.
Beautiful finish from Nick Evans off the creative pass from Quinnell Brown. Nick Evans with 6 points already in this game.
Yeah, and I believe he's 3 of 3 from the field, so a great start for number 44.
Losing it temporarily was Foster, but he picks it back up on the baseline and he'll draw the foul. That one's going to go against number 1, that's Patillo. 4:07 here to go in the first quarter. Express up 17-11. That'll be Windsor's second foul. First personal foul. Second personal foul, I'd have to say, because after the charge by Patillo in the previous possession. DeAndre Thomas checks into the game for Patillo. And there's someone that Windsor Express fans know very well. Of course, DeAndre, a two-time NBL Canada champion with Windsor.
And coming back from that injury this year, he's put in some great minutes, 13.2 points per game, 49.5% from the field, 72% from the line, and then he gets you almost 5 rebounds.
DeAndre, after working himself back from a torn patella tendon, his left knee, as Maurice Jones dribbles it off his foot and turns it over, it will be Kitchener-Waterloo ball.
Turnovers, something both teams are going to have to watch in this game. Kitchener-Waterloo actually committing just over 20 a game. Windsor committing just over 16, but that will sink you.
Tremeke Sutherland in the corner for A.J. Davis. Foster with the left hand loses it, and it's corralled by Ward. Ward. Tremar backing him off the three-point line. Nick spinning and scoring. Beautiful turning shot from Nick Evans. Knocking it down.
Yeah, he's playing great on both ends, Brett. He's on fire right now. He's feeling it.
I thought he was going to throw that down. But he goes off the glass for 2. Foster, perimeter, no good. Ward with another board. Here they come. Looking down low to DeAndre Thomas, working against Foster. DeAndre taking the bump. Jump ball, and they'll say that it will be Express basketball on the alternate possession. Warren Ward checks out for Wally Ellenson.
Davis doing a good job there, recognizing he needed to come over with some help defense, Brett. Causing the jump ball and not giving DeAndre Thomas any sort of look at the basket.
Playing give and go. Here comes Wally for 3. Yes, Wally Ellenson.
Cash money, number 30, Wally Ellenson from that sweet spot.
The older brother of Henry Ellenson of the Detroit Pistons, Wally has made his mark with the Windsor Express this year in all areas of the game.
Absolutely, and he seems to get better and better, more comfortable as this season goes.
And Maurice Jones knocks that ball out of bounds. The pass intended for Tremeke Sutherland in the corner.
And some efficient shooting from Wally, Brett. 42% from the field, almost 40% from downtown, 85% from the free throw line.
He deflects that ball on the inbound. Kevin Foster for 3, no good. Here comes Jones. 22-13, the Express up. 2.5 to go here in the first quarter. Quinnell facing up on A.J. Davis. DeAndre Thomas working against a much smaller Tremeke Sutherland. Finds Jones, extra pass to Wally for 3. Off the mark. Nick Evans is going to be called for battling down low on the rebounds. Charged with the foul. And Nick Evans will pick up the 3rd foul for Windsor in the quarter. Nick's first foul. And substitution coming out is Nick Evans in favor of Gernard Giroux. So DeAndre Thomas will slide over to the 5 spot, if he wasn't already.
Nick Evans sits down with 8 points, but 4-4 from the field and some key defensive plays.
Maurice Jones comes up with the steal, knocking that ball away. Quinnell, step back 3, it's good. QB knows something about playing at the Clash of the Coliseum as well.
He's comfortable from that 3-point line. 2-2 from that space tonight thus far.
A.J. Davis turns it over. DeAndre Thomas scores.
So the Windsor Express offense firing on all cylinders right now.
They must be pumped up from the 2 games they saw previous with 1:37 to go. Kitchener calls timeout. They're down 25-13. We'll be back here on Knockstrom.tv. Welcome back, folks. Out of the timeout, the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans down 27-13. Kobe. A great start for the Windsor Express. How did the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans respond?
Well, they got to slow them down from the three-point line. The Windsor Express 4 of 6 from downtown right now, so they can definitely start there.
Blazik with the handle for the Windsor Express. He's knocked down a triple already today. Davis down low for Cooper, working against DeAndre, and DeAndre is going to be called for the push.
DeAndre looking for the travel, but the ref's not having it.
Paul Cooper. And Kitchener will have possession on the baseline.
The Cooper-DeAndre matchup is going to be a fun one to watch.
Very similar body types. Very dominant forwards.
Two bruisers.
Cooper down low. Kicks it out. Caliste is good. It's good. Who was just signed, I believe, yesterday by the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans, knocking down that shot when they needed it. A triple out of the timeout.
There's no grace period here in this league. Players are thrown right out of the frying pan and into the fire, so to speak, and they're ready for it. Juan Patillo being one of those guys.
DeAndre down low, working against Paul Cooper, and he scores.
DeAndre showing off some athletic moves in the painted area.
A fan favorite, the Dre Train.
Absolutely, I love watching him play.
And DeAndre Thomas unfortunately picks up his second foul. Frustration setting in there. But it is a point of emphasis for most teams to attack DeAndre Thomas when he's on the floor.
You know what? I totally agree. But I also want to say he's been great this year, controlling his body. He understands that a lot of the time he's going to get called. I think he's done a really good job with it, considering.
Keeping his emotions in check, too, as well.
Yeah, and that's something many basketball players struggle with, and it has to do with passion, nothing else.
Wally in transition finds Quinnell. Over to Jones. We're going to have this is Quinnell to the cup. Off the glass and good! And one. Beautiful job by Quinnell Brown, a former league MVP, creating his own shot. Taking the harm with the hoop, looking to complete the three-point play.
And you know exactly why the Windsor Express brought this guy back here. Former MVP, former champ. And we know the numbers are there. We know he can play basketball. But the leadership piece for me, the intangibles, those are so important with this whole team being retooled. They needed this guy to come back and be the leader he is on and off the court, and he's done that so far.
And that will be the end of the first Q. The Windsor Express up 31-16. A good start. Now it's about the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans, see what they can do to respond.
Absolutely. When you look back at the game with Moncton, I believe they may have had 30 or better in that first quarter.
Yep.
So this has been something they've struggled with all year long, coming out of the gate slowly. And here they seem to have amended it. Now it's about holding on, not turning over the basketball and being careful, because the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans are a terror on the glass. And that is something that the Windsor Express will have to control throughout this game.
Couldn't have said it better myself. We'll take a short break here on Knockshroom.tv. We'll be back, folks, with the second quarter. Welcome back after the first quarter. The Windsor Express up 31-16. And Kobe K, what do the numbers say to you? As we have AJ Davis about to inbound the ball to Adam Blazik. The Express up by 15. Obviously a good start for the Express. And now looking to respond are the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans.
Yeah, they've got to get out of this hole. They got to be aggressive and work on the defensive end. Slow this Express team down.
Blocked by Gernard Giroux. Cavell Johnson gets it back, but gives it over to AJ Davis. He swings it out to Jamel Harris. 6 to shoot. In the corner, Cavell leaves it short. Good defensive possession from the Express to start off the second Q. With a block from Gernard Giroux. Jones at the high screen from Nick Evans. Behind the back in the middle of the key. Oh, just could not get it to fall. Blazik communicating with Kaliste. AJ Davis splitting the defenders and falling hard to the ground. He's behind the play. Jones pushing up the floor. No one home. And he draws the foul. Cavell Johnson will commit the harm. And Maurice Jones will go to the line for 2. Nice decision there from Maurice Jones.
Yeah, he's seen the lane and took it and had the speed to get there. The Kitchener-Waterloo Titans forced to foul Jones, put him on the line. And how many times have we seen this guy draw the foul and be able to generate some offense from the free throw line as he makes the first? He's got there all season long for the Windsor Express.
Worth noting, this is his first professional season as well.
And what else is worth noting is the Express's assist total in the first quarter, which was 11. The ball facilitation, the passing was fantastic.
Led to 31 points in the first Q. Kaliste looking down low for Cavell, gets a high screen from Jamel Harris, goes to his right, leaves it to Harris. Harris drives. Blocked from Gernard Giroux, and it will be Kitchener-Waterloo ball. So that's 2 blocks for Gernard. Someone who we've spoken about at length throughout the year is someone who's a really big energy piece for the Windsor Express.
He's a great player off the bench, certainly in the forward spot. Length, athleticism, basketball IQ.
Blazik with a step-back jumper there. Cavell Johnson tracks down the offensive board. AJ Davis driving, takes the bump, tried to give it to Cavell, but just out of his hands. Unfortunate.
Windsor seems to be playing with an edge. Never mind the improved field goal percentage. They just seem to really want it right now. They seem to be energized, motivated, and in sync. Probably had a few good practices here, really primed and ready here tonight.
As Maurice Jones and the Express will have to reconvene. We'll have a shot clock here. Saw that they're practicing last night at the at Caesars Windsor alongside the Lancers women's and men's team. So looking to make it a clean sweep of Windsor teams versus Waterloo teams here this evening. And they've got a big lead here in the first half. Wally on the catch and shoot. Yes, for 3. Wally Ellenson knocking it down.
Yeah. We talked about the athletics and his ability to dunk the ball when he arrived.
And there's Kaliste with 3 there. Nice job for Kaliste.
But we didn't know the three-point shooting, which has been great for both teams this year. An exciting thing to watch, that's for sure.
Wally turns it over. Here comes Cavell. Slamming it down. Cavell Johnson for 2. Nice dunk there.
Great finish. Cavell Johnson showing patience above the rim with Wally Ellenson kind of creeping in the background there. He's a guy that can get up there to block that shot, so credit Cavell Johnson on a job well done.
Nice job from Cavell to turn that defense into offense. Cavell, we've known him since his days with the Brampton A's. He was under David Magley when he was the head coach of the Brampton A's. They're now the commissioner of the NBL Canada. We'll be speaking with him during third quarter action. I'm sure he's got a lot to say about how good of a player Cavell Johnson is.
And he's really fit into his role for this Kitchener-Waterloo team, Brett. Averaging almost 10 points per game, 43% from the field, but he gets you almost 2 blocks and almost 6 boards. So this is a really important guy for this team and a big reason why they've been hot as of late.
He was one of the first players that they signed after the franchise was announced. Clinton Springer-Williams on the catch and shoot off the mark. Clinton Springer-Williams, a former Carleton Raven out of the Canadian University system. So he would have played against the Windsor Lancers when he was in school, showing that progression from youth sports to the pro level here. Got a number of players. Swing pass over to Tarrant. Cavell Johnson working against Nick Evans, turnaround jumper, and he knocks it down.
Cavell Johnson on the fadeaway. Pretty little move in the painted area.
Cuts the deficit to 13, 36-23. Hey, big thanks to all of our folks for joining us in the Kitchener-Waterloo region on Knockstrom.tv. We appreciate it. As a pass is deflected, turned over by Gernard Giroux. Cavell Johnson with the steal in the corner. Tarrant for three, and Giroux is going to commit the foul on Tarrant. He'll go to the free throw line.
Giroux looking for Nick Evans in the painted area. The ball gets picked off, then he commits the foul. So the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans with the potential here to possibly generate some points off turnovers.
They're going to say that that foul was committed on the floor after the shot, so it will be a sideline possession. AJ Davis is going to pull the trigger on it.
Yeah, and the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans look to make the most off that turnover.
Cavell facing up on Nick Evans once again. Pass it to a cutting Calliste, and he gets around Juan Patillo and scores. Calliste, a Canadian out of Scarborough, Ontario, so making his presence felt here with the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans. High screen, Duncan finds QB for three, off the mark, and there's Nick Evans, Johnny on the spot.
And it all started with the pick and roll of Darren Duncan and Nick Evans.
Tarrant goes down low, kicks it out for Calliste. Kicking it out to AJ Davis. He surveys, gives it inside to Cavell. He catches and shoots off the front rim. And it will be express ball after the Juan Patillo rebound. Duncan down low.
Yeah, these two are really working well together. Duncan and Evans.
Down low, Nick. 6 to shoot, 5.
There it is.
There he is, still perfect from the field, Nick Evans. Having himself a game here in his first clash at the Coliseum.
Darren Duncan knew where to pass that ball to generate some offense.
Cavell off the glass, no good. Would have been a creative shot there. He falls to the floor after taking a bump. High screen. Duncan, over two. Looking inside for Quinnell, facing up on Ricky Tarrant. Quinnell loses it. Blazik. And he's going to draw the foul on Darren Duncan. Duncan commits the foul. Windsor up 40-25 here with 6:39 to go in the first half. Quite the offensive display so far for the Windsor Express after a 31-point first quarter.
Yeah, when they play inside out, good things happen. And Nick Evans really helped them get off to a hot start. And, of course, the exceptional three-point shooting.
Wing over to Blazik. Facing up, Jamel Harris at the elbow. Can't get it to fall.
And when we get our halftime stats, we'll get a look at the numbers in the rebounding categories. But Windsor, it looks like they've been really good on the boards.
Make sure you stay tuned for the halftime show with Aaron Sanders and Justin Prince, who split duties for play-by-play for the Windsor Lancers games. Did a fantastic job, so thank you to them. That ball is going to stay with the Windsor Express. 4 to shoot after the ball was intended in the corner for Ward, but it was knocked away by KW. 4 to shoot here. Quinnell Brown, the trigger man. Going inside, Nick Evans. He's got to shoot. Turn around, and that's going to be his first miss of the game.
They were deep into the shot clock. He was maybe a little outside his range, but that's also a shot that Nick Evans could potentially hit.
Yeah.
Just fighting the clock there.
If he had an extra second or so, he probably would have had a little bit more time to set himself, but only had 4 to shoot. Tarrant on the drive, scores. Nice job making a decisive drive there and going off glass.
Yeah, he's been dynamite as of late. Over 23 points per game. And if anyone's going to help this Kitchener-Waterloo Titans definitively get back in this thing, it's Ricky Tarrant.
And here comes Calliste.
Or these turnovers, which can kill a team.
Yep. The 3-ball off the mark. Patillo with another rebound here for the Express. Duncan working against.
Beautiful pass.
Patillo catching, leaving it for Quinnell on the baseline for 2. Nice decision there from Patillo.
Textbook offense there for the Windsor Express.
Calliste gonna draw the foul on Nick Evans as he goes to the cup. I believe that will be Nick's second. And we're gonna have a media timeout. Yes, we will. And it will be a full timeout. So we're gonna take a step away from play here. The Windsor Express up 42-27. 5:05 left in the second quarter. We'll be back here on Knoxstrom.tv. Coming back out of the timeout, the Windsor Express up 15, 42-27. Kobe, people here could win an Alfa Romero here today. I didn't even realize that. There's a beautiful car to our left here. I know you're more of a Ford man, but would you take the Alfa Romero?
I'm a Ford man by salary only.
So same with me. I've been driving the same Focus for nearly 10 years. Oh, as we go to the free throw line, Calliste at the line. Jason Calliste, 6'2", 180. Coming out of Oregon. He's native of Scarborough, Ontario, one of the Canadians on this team. Couldn't knock down the first free throw. We're looking to trim this Express lead. Knocking that ball off the rim is Nick Evans. That is legal, folks, in FIBA rules. Once it hits off the cylinder, it is good to be taken off. So that's smart play from Nick Evans there. FIBA rules, a bit different from NBA rules. Warren Ward gets the defender to fly by. And a collision down low, but it ends up in the hands of Ricky Tarrant. Calliste, no good. But there's another big rebound from Juan Patillo.
And good job by Nick Evans getting out to the three-point line and putting a hand in the face.
Patillo, jumper, off the mark. And Calliste with the rebounds. Tarrant finding a cutting Tremar Sutherland, and Quinnell gonna be called for the foul.
The Express, Brett, 17 to 29 from the field for 68%. Still 4:18 left in the second, but I think this might be the best 2 quarters of offense efficiently. Definitely, I mean, they put together all year. Certainly with 42, and like I said, still just over 4 minutes left.
As Sutherland continues to trim the Express lead. Sutherland, a Toronto native. Tremar played at Arkansas, while Tremeke played at Bradley. And Darren Duncan at the helm for the Express. Trying to find an open teammate. Duncan surveying the land. Nick Evans gives him a high screen. He finds Nick rolling, and it will be off of Nick, and it will go Kitchener-Waterloo ball.
That was Windsor's 7th turnover. The Kitchener-Waterloo Titans also have 7. Express with 11 points off turnovers. Titans with 5.
Tarrant for 3 off the Jamel Harris screen, but he gets the offensive rebound.
That was the Waterloo Titans' 6th O-board.
Significant stat. Tarrant over to Sutherland. He drives, kicks, wing for 3. Yes! Knocking it down, Adam Wing.
And the Titans, 6 of 14 from downtown, so they're also lighting it up from the three-point line, up around 40%. Express 5 and 9 for 55% from downtown.
Darren Duncan over to Patillo. He was rolling to the basket but couldn't knock down the shot. They're going to say that was off of Nick Evans last, and it will be Kitchener-Waterloo ball. 10-point game now with 3:03 left in the first half, 42-32. Tarrant inside the three-point line, puts up the runner, and it's good. 8-point deficit now for Kitchener-Waterloo.
Yeah, here come the Titans. They hung in there through a bit of a rocky start, but now they are playing solid basketball.
High screen set by Evans. Duncan turning the corner, and Patillo with the putback. He can't get it to go either. Tremar in transition. Off the glass and good. And Bill Jones wants timeout. Rightfully so. The Waterloo Titans are on a roll here with 2:24 left here in the first half. We're going to take a short break during the timeout here on Knoxroom.tv. We'll be right back, folks. All right, welcome back out of the timeout, folks. The Windsor Express looking to end the first half the way that they started it, hot, and Warren Ward and Darren Duncan break the press. DeAndre Thomas, Nick Evans, and Quinnell Brown on the floor for Windsor. Trying to get some offensive here as we see a zone defense. We see a zone defense being played by Kitchener-Waterloo on this possession.
And definitely the right time for Coach Bill Jones to call that timeout to try to settle things down as the Titans continue to march forward here at Caesars Windsor.
Like we said, 5 and 11 coming into this game. The Waterloo Titans 6 and 8.
Yeah, 6 and 8, 2 straight, and 4 of their last 6. So they're hot right now.
I believe we're just going to have a quick reset.
And I'll tell you what did it for the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans, and Brett, and that is the bench scoring. 21 points off the pine. That's a fantastic number. Certainly when you're behind and you can get your reserves to come in and give you some relief. And then, of course, Jason Castilli, 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 3 from downtown. He had 8 important points for the Titans.
Hey folks, this game is brought to you by Mastro Kitchen Studio. Is your kitchen showing its age? Mastro Kitchen Studio can rejuvenate your existing kitchen with a fresh design that will reflect your unique taste and lifestyle. We offer innovative, quality cabinetry and a great selection of styles and colors. Our aim is to give our clients expert advice, quality products, and exceptional service. Our designs are developed specifically for you. Our cabinetry custom built for your unique space. Mastro Kitchen Studio, creating designs with you in mind. And the Windsor Express will have possession afterward, as we believe the clock has been reset to 8. A large contingent of fans here tonight at Caesars Windsor. It's been a fantastic day of basketball starting at 3 p.m. and I couldn't imagine a better way to cap it off than an NBL Canada game.
Yeah, the energy in here is really, really enticing and comfortable. People are enjoying themselves, smiles on their faces, kids having fun. What more do you want?
Maybe a victory. Express are 3-0, looking to go 4-0 in this game. They're currently up by 6. Jamel Harris is going to be called for traveling with 1:46 left in the game, in the first half, 42-36. DeAndre Thomas.
And that was the Titans' 8th turnover, averaging about 20 a game, but that's something they're going to want to watch if they want to get out of here with the win.
Duncan to his right, driving baseline, finding Nick Evans, but getting it back. Kicking it out to Wally, 6 to shoot, but he circled the drain, couldn't get it to fall. Quick pass up the floor to Tarrant. Tremar Sutherland off the bounce, leaves it short with the left hand. Quinnell Brown.
Well defended there by Quinnell Brown.
Duncan in transition. High screen from Nick Evans. Thinks about giving it down low to the big man, but he gives it over to Quinnell Brown instead. Wally Ellenson off the bounce, and they're going to call it an illegal screen on DeAndre Thomas. To me, it looked like he had been there for a few seconds, but
he kept his emotions in check. Looked like he was getting a little frustrated with the call, but took himself off the floor. He knows how important he is to this team.
I believe the official signaled the elbow there as the reason for that call. Make sure to tune in at halftime, folks, for Aaron Sanders and Justin Prince. Blazek for 3, yes! And he makes it a 3-point game.
You don't want to give Adam Blazek that kind of room to shoot, 40% from downtown. He is a great shooter from all spaces on the floor.
And after a 31-point first quarter, the Express only able to muster 11 so far in this frame, looking to add to it. Quinnell Brown off the bounce. He's fouled and he'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, you definitely made a good point there, Brett, when looking at the quarter-by-quarter scoring. But when I see the 14 team assists, I do like that number. And as long as they can continue to pass the rock, good things will happen.
Checking into the game is Gernard Giroux for Nick Evans. Trying not to get Nick any unnecessary fouls. DeAndre Thomas already dealing with 3.
Absolutely, because then you got Paul Cooper with all kinds of room to work if you were to lose those two in a worst-case scenario. We know that Gernard Giroux can slide into that 5 spot if necessary and do some good things for the team, but when we're talking about DeAndre Thomas and Nick Evans, those guys are must-play kind of guys on this team, right?
I agree. Quinnell misses the second. 35 to go. Quickly up the floor is Tarrant. He can't get it to go. Giroux with that rebound. Looking up the floor. Over to Patillo. Patillo behind the back to his left. And he's going to draw a foul on Jamel Harris for the hand check. .20 seconds to go. Shot clock will be turned off. Windsor looking to stay ahead heading into the first half break.
It would be a good way to close this first half with some points here. Certainly on the last possession here, if Windsor can chew up the rest of this clock.
Kitchener-Waterloo currently outscoring the Express 23-12 in this frame.
And like we pointed out, the bench doing a fantastic job for the Titans. A +9 off the Pine.
And directing traffic is Duncan now.
Rebounding numbers 22 up through the first 2 quarters, but the Titans a +4 on the O-Glass.
And now inbound of the ball, Darren Duncan on the baseline. 14 to shoot with 20 seconds to go here in the half. And that will be a 5-second violation for the Windsor Express. So Kitchener-Waterloo will have a chance at making this even slimmer.
And really stealing the momentum going into the half. Windsor absolutely needs to stop.
Tarrant defended by Duncan. 10 to shoot. Tarrant mishandles.
Good on-ball defense by Duncan.
Darren Duncan disrupts that play, and Tarrant with 5 seconds to go will look to inbound.
Tarrant taking on the challenge, but Darren Duncan stepping up. Some fantastic on-ball defense by number 12.
All right, and we're going to have a timeout called by Kitchener-Waterloo with 5.2 to go here in the second quarter. When we return, the end of the second Q on Knockstrom.tv. I'm just teasing. Coming out of the timeout here, 5.2 to go. We're doing the YMCA here at Caesars Coliseum.
Brett is doing the YMCA.
You were doing the Dougie. So you were doing the Dougie earlier. That's not even cool anymore. 5.2 to go here. Blazik finding Cavell Johnson. And that's the end of the frame. A good look from Kitchener-Waterloo at the end of the second Q. But the Windsor Express will go into the halftime up by 4 points after a tale of 2 quarters. So to speak, the Windsor Express had a 15-point lead after 1 Q, but a great comeback from Kitchener-Waterloo at the end of the first half.
And I do think you have to focus on the positives. They're up 4. They had a great first quarter. Basketball's the game of runs. We knew the Titans didn't come here to get beat up, so that was bound to happen. I love the pick-and-roll game with Darren Duncan and Nick Evans, so some great things through the first 2 quarters for both teams.
We'll take a look at our stats and facts when we come back to the broadcast here at the beginning of the third quarter. Let's send it down to the floor with Aaron Sanders,
something
Justin
like this,
and Audley Stevenson for the halftime report on Knockstrom.tv. We'll see you at the beginning of the third Q.
That has plenty of reasons why you'll love this place. So what happened was, we have 10 restaurants that are giving us $50 gift cards. So the grand prize winner gets $500 worth of gift cards.
Well, folks, this may not be Monte Carlo, but it almost seems like it could be because we're in the timeout we had. Back at the Coliseum, halftime, 43-39. The Express lead by 4. Welcome courtside to the Knockstrom halftime. I'm Aaron Sanders with Justin Prince and Audley Stevenson of all people.
Third member in the house. Hi, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming over. It's appreciated. Now, let's quickly talk about the first quarter. The Windsor Express played their best ball ever, shooting 72% from the field. Audley, we go to you. What do you think when it comes to those numbers?
Well, when you're in an event such as this, and you're looking for a reason to get up and elevate your style of play, and you're the home team, you've got something to defend, you've got a reputation. There's a lot going on here for the Windsor Express. Why they had to have a strong start, and we saw that. They forced a lot of turnovers. They made the Titans make some really tough shots. They pressured the ball. And I've enjoyed very much the battle of the guard position. Duncan and Turan, or Duncan and Blazik, has been fantastic.
Yes, I have to agree with you on that with Duncan and Blazik as well, because right now, when you look at the stats right now, Darren Duncan, yes, just 4 points, but he's also been a very good impact on the offensive end, helping distribute the ball as well to help players find the open man as well, while Blazik, of course, has his 6 points as well. So both teams looking really good. Of course, Windsor's down to just 53% shooting right now, but Kitchener-Waterloo has managed to claw their way back here in the second quarter, outscoring their opponents here 23-12 here in the quarter.
Well, it was because...
And when you talk about Duncan, and sometimes you don't get credit for the pass before the pass, and he's making a lot of those, so his impact isn't necessarily being apparent on the stat sheet and all the categories in terms of an assist, but he is making things happen out there as a point guard. Should you expect him to?
Yeah, and since Darren Duncan came back and all that, the Windsor Express been trying to make this to a point guard oriented team, and it has been so far. But we step away from the point guard for a second. Let's talk about the 4 and 5. Nick Evans off to a really roaring start in the early goings of this game, JP.
Yes, we were talking about this before the game, actually, that Nick Evans had to stay out of that foul trouble and stay away from the 3 fouls, as he's had struggles with in the past few games. And that has been helping Windsor with 12 points and 4 rebounds and just 2 fouls right now. So he is helping big time with this team. Then you have an error player, of course, Juan Patillo, with his 7 rebounds. And just, I believe now, his 3rd game with the Windsor Express. So he is making an impact in his first 2 games as well with this team right now. That's for sure.
When you talk about the big staying out of foul trouble, Justin, a guy like DeAndre Thomas as an example, he's integral to what the Windsor Express want to do. Or forget trying to score or him scoring buckets, but his presence. He automatically can command double teams. He's automatically command a lot of attention. That's going to space out the floor for guys like Ellenson and Warren Ward, the shooters that can really get open shots.
Exactly, and we were also discussing it as well. When Evans seems to be in foul trouble, DeAndre Thomas plays a lot more, and he seems to be more fatigued as the game comes down the stretch, which has been hurting Windsor in recent games. So
still trying to find his win, right? Big guy's still trying to work his way into it, but I've been really impressed with what I've seen at him thus far.
Exactly. Let's get out of this game for a second quickly. The NBL Players of the Week from the Atlantic Division, Terry Thomas from the Island Storm, averaging 25.5 points a game, and their 2 victories. Oddly, when you go to the Island Storm, they're a very underrated team, but they have their big boys to finish it off, especially Terry Thomas.
The Island Storm, the record isn't indicate exactly the type of squad that they are, and Terry Thomas is very deserving as the Player of the Week for the Atlantic Division. He's a 2-way player. What you get out of him on offense, I would say you get even more on defense. And, obviously with him being the highest scoring Canadian in the league right now, he's one of my early picks for Defensive Player of the Year for what he does defensively on the court. He leads the team in scoring and steals and puts a lot of pressure on the opposing team. So Terry Thomas, very deserving of this Player of the Week award.
I have to agree with you right there, because he is helping that Island Storm team right now. They'll definitely got to a good start, that's for sure. Or because originally you were expecting like Jahai Carson or someone else involving
Nickel Corey,
exactly.
Absolutely.
And it seems like with Terry Thomas now, he came a little bit out of nowhere for this team to become an impact player for them this year.
Well, Joe Salerno, head coach Joe Salerno, said to me on a couple occasions, that coming out of training camp, he saw Terry Thomas as a different player from the year before, and you just knew looking at him that he was going to have a big year, and he definitely is. Absolutely, no doubt about that.
Exactly, and he has created a storm within himself in the Atlantic Division.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Central Division, and I have to apologize to the viewers, as I forgot to mention this. Kyle Johnson is the Central Division Player of the Week from the London Lightning. And why not? Last Saturday, he scored 51 points to the franchise record. And at the same time, London was 7 points shy of breaking the all-time scoring record, which they set against Oshawa 5 years ago. So Kyle Johnson is noteworthy for deserving this honor.
It's not often in this league that you get Player of the Week for one game. So if you do, it's got to be a performance like what Kyle Johnson did. 51 points, 17 for 22 from the field. 6 for 8 from threes. I think it was 13 for 14 from free throws. He did a little bit of everything. And what I really liked about that game, it was in the flow of the offense. It wasn't forced. It wasn't, just combobulating in any kind of way. He just made things happen, and it was great to see.
And we've been seeing performances like that from him as well as everyone else on London all season right now, being one of the most dominant teams right now in this division right now. Because Kyle Johnson came in there and immediately made an impact right out of the gate when he was signed earlier this season after missing the first few games, of course, before being added in. So he has become that major impact, and that 51 points definitely showing that major impact right there with him on this London squad.
The Lightning squad guys, they're for real. No joke. Hands down, the most talented team in this league right now. I would argue one of the most talented teams that we've seen in the 6-year history of the league. And, they were already good. You had Royce White. You had Julian Boyd. Right. You had Ryan Anderson. Garrett Williams steps back. You add a guy like Marvin Phillips. It's incredible what they're doing. They're definitely stacked. I had a chance to talk to head coach Julius just yesterday, and he was talking about the fact that they've got a talented team, and the challenges that have this much talent, because then guys got to worry about minutes, shots, all these sorts of things. That hasn't been the case with this squad. Not only talented guys, they bought into the team concept, and because you're able to do that, they've had that collective success.
Definitely, that's for sure, because of course, we're kind of expecting that a little bit from Niagara coming in. And now it's like London, of course, at the top of the division, playing the best basketball we've seen from them in a long time, it seems, in the league history books, And then Niagara is near the bottom end of the division right now with all the signs they had in the offseason. So,
It's not often that we get great background music, guys. It's feeling good, right?
We're back on the Soul Train, Audley.
Is it?
We're back in the Soul Train. We're back in the Rose City. Let's quickly talk about the stats for the second half. Well, the Windsor Express, they're currently last in the division right now, like we already stated. What does Bill Jones have to do, Audley, first off, to make sure they preserve this lead and stay undefeated at the Clash of the Coliseum?
Well, turnovers, I think, would be key. Part of the Titans come back in the game is they were doing what Windsor did to them in that first quarter, forcing turnovers, pressuring the ball, making it take bad shots. And so really it's about protecting the ball. And I mean, you can apply that to every single game if you want, but really that's the case in this particular game right now.
Yeah, they got to definitely control those turnovers. You mentioned that right there. Right now, that is 8 turnovers right now for Windsor in that first half. They got to lock that down, and they also have to continue to play how they've been playing on the offensive end, because that 70% scoring in that first quarter really helped them pull away at the start of this game. But in that second quarter, they struggled. They have to get lots of ball movement, try and get high-quality shots, and make those shots.
Yes.
If they want to keep this lead and defend Kitchener-Waterloo as hard as they can right now, as they continue to come back, especially with the bench scoring at 21-12, advantage for Kitchener-Waterloo.
Well, what do we do now if you're Serge Landis and the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans? How do you overcome this deficit and come back with a vengeance? Do you bring in Cavell Johnson and make him go over the top? What do you do?
The reality is, guys, this is only a 4-point game at halftime, right? This is a very winnable game if you're a Titans fan. And the coaching staff is preaching that upstairs as we speak. They're saying, look at the start that we had. Look how we came back in the game. We forced the tempo. We made them play our style of game. And really, when you look at what the Titans have been doing all season long, this is the way they want to play. They want to play scrappy. They want to fight. They want to force you to play in the way you don't want to play. Very much, they emulate sort of the style of their coach. So they're up there preaching to them what we're doing. Force the ball, force the pressure, and we'll make good things happen.
And JP, you have the final word on Kitchener-Waterloo.
With Kitchener-Waterloo, of course, he has hit basically just about all the points I wanted to see basically with Kitchener-Waterloo.
I took them all?
Not all of them, of course, but of course Kitchener-Waterloo has to shoot the ball better as well.
Right.
15 of 40 from the field, 35% in that first half. They have to, like I mentioned with Windsor, make those high-quality shots. If they make those shots, they're going to be able to get this lead here at the Clash of the Coliseum, because right now, that was helping them a bit with those turnovers and pressure. Keep up that pressure, make the high-quality shots, as well as get the bench continuing to be more involved as they are currently outscoring the Windsor bench right now. And they have a good shot at pulling away with the victory here at Caesars Windsor.
Yep, and that's all you got to do. You can book this halftime in the books, 43-39, Windsor Express lead. Oddly, always a pleasure for you.
Thank you, gentlemen, for having me. Thanks for having me. You know what? The music isn't great. I think afterwards we can go up to the casino and have a good time after the game.
Hey, let Lady Luck smile on your side, Oddly. Okay, we're done here. We'll see you guys at the Knoxstrom postgame. But for now, enjoy this music. Windsor Express up by 4. Brad and Kobe will have the call for the second half. But for now, we step aside for this message of special interest. All right, we're good.
Ladies.
Do you love me?
Of course I love you. Hey, guess what? I got a job interview tomorrow.
Hunter, you're not listening to me. How do you know that my love for you is real? Is any of this real?
Hey, Joe. We need to get more information before our war breaks out between us. This guy apparently has the answers. His name's Hunter. An appointment's already been made for you guys to meet with him. Our contact has given us all his information. We've got dirt on him. He won't dare refuse this job offer, else he'll go to jail.
don't know what you're talking about.
Relax. We're not the FBI nor cybersecurity. You'll be rewarded. No questions asked.
No one needs to know I'm working right now. Okay, I'm not working. I don't have a job, and I'm not looking for a job in another city.
What do you mean? You got fired on your first day?
No, it's not like that. I'm working for a drug cartel.
A drug cartel? In IT? Yeah, Hunter, I'm really worried about you. I think you need some help.
No, I'm fine.
Hey, what's wrong? What is going on with Hunter?
He's losing his mind. He's looking out the window, he's checking the TV and the phone for bugs. He says he's working for a drug cartel.
Okay. Wait a minute. Shut up. Did you just say he works for the drug cartel now?
Another guy.
Right? This is my final push for freedom, and I'm not coming back.
If you remember it the way I do.
Another thing, these guys are hackers. They're not just hackers. They don't want the data. They want blood. Your blood.
I guess the party now is over for me. That ain't nothing I can already see. But if you don't like my car and you don't like my money, why don't you just leave me be? Without a surrogate, we were climbing puke and I wonder if you remember it the way, remember it the way, remember it the way I do.
Sometimes love can blind people from reality.
a fantastic halftime show there by Enchantment. Man, I'm feeling the Motown vibes here, Kobe K. A lot of good vibrations going on in the crowd here sorry, I meant to say WFCU. No, we are not. We're at Caesars Windsor for Clash at the Coliseum 4. The Windsor Express up 4 points, 43-39 over the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans. And here we go to start the second half. Nick Evans, who was perfect from the field in the first half, kicks it out. Quinnell steps inside the three-point line, leaves it for Juan at the elbow. There you go. Juan Patillo for 2.
Great passing by the Windsor Express, who showed the patience needed to wait, find the open man, subsequently get the good look in terms of the shot.
Windsor extends their lead 45-39. What a second quarter, though, by the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans, where they racked up 23 points as compared to Windsor's 12.
Well, like we said, their bench got it done, and certainly some big three-pointers, so it was definitely a good quarter for the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans.
And now we are honored to be speaking with the Commissioner of the NBO Canada, Rock Chalk Jayhawk, Dave Magley, in the house.
I just got done getting a picture with the Enchantments. Are you kidding me? How exciting is that? Were they incredible?
I loved it. I had a fantastic time.
Goodness, I didn't realize they sang Gloria, that song. That was incredible. What a great event. I've been here since 3 o'clock watching the women play from Windsor and Laurier, and the men play from Windsor, and they were great games.
Yes, they were.
And we have an amazing game going on right now.
Absolutely, a great first half of play. Coach Mags, I still try to
have be anything but late to dinner.
That's right. Coach, what were your thoughts just watching as that buzzer beater went up from Mike Rock at the end there? Did you think we were going to see a finish like that here tonight?
I was so angry with Mike Berkovich because I was videotaping that last 12 seconds, and he walks up and goes, "Hey, Mags!" And I turned around and missed the whole thing, except for I saw the banking go in.
That's good. Exciting stuff here at Clash of the Coliseum 4.
This is, it's really good basketball. They're playing well. It's not ugly at all. Windsor came out really, really good to begin with. I think our referees are doing a wonderful job letting both teams play, and that's what we want to see. I mean,
yeah, that's a good point.
This is a showcase venue for us tonight. We'll probably end up with, from all 3 events, over 4,000 people.
Wow.
And that's going to be a record night for them here at Windsor.
Wow, record night, over 4,000 people here at Caesars Windsor. Warren Ward driving and scores, the defending Canadian Player of the Year. Warren Ward getting it done there.
I think Coach Jones has done a wonderful job with Warren this year working on his defense. He's never been real known for that, and because he's such a good scorer.
Yes.
And he's just become a better defender as the season's gone on. It's been fun to watch him.
Seems like a lot of players go over to Windsor and they become a lot better defensively under head coach Bill Jones. You have a lot of admiration for head coach Bill Jones.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect because he beat me when I was up 3-1, and I don't say that in jest. He figured it out and made great adjustments and earned the right to go to the finals that year.
Adam Blazek in the front court, splitting the D, kicking it out to Adam Wang. He pump fakes, kicks it in the corner for Tarrant, and he knocks down the triple. Ricky Tarrant has been a fantastic player for Kitchener-Waterloo.
He's a great player. I mean, they've done a nice job. They've not panicked. They pulled the trigger on a lot of guys. The pieces they've added have been good. But the Kitchener-Waterloo franchise is in good hands. I'm real impressed with the ownership group. I just think they're good people that are committed to this thing for the long haul, and they're really letting their basketball people run their franchise on the basketball side.
Stu Julius has done a good job as the GM of this squad.
Absolutely.
Tarrant for 3 off the front rim. And Nick Evans, who went 6 for 6 in the first half, grabbing that rebound as well.
He's been the best player on the floor tonight for Windsor, both on and off the ball.
Yeah, he's taking his time. He's not rushing. He's not taking bad shots. He's letting things come to him, and he seems to be having fun, which is such a big part of basketball, to relax and enjoying the game.
Poetry in motion, as we like to say.
Exactly.
And a lot of smiles on the faces of the players of the Windsor Express tonight. They look like they're in sync and they're enjoying themselves, really embracing the moment.
As Darren gets healthier, the game becomes easier because Darren is such a good leader.
Tarrant can't get the ball to fall. Adam Blazek there with the offensive rebound, though. Adam Wing with a quick 3. Rebounded by Quinnell Brown.
That little thing which was interesting was Adam had some time to catch and shoot it, but Darren ran up and yelled in his ear and kind of sprang on him and threw him off.
Warren Ward down low scoring on one-on-one.
He is thriving in this system. great on the glass. He could pass the basketball, and only just over 1 turnover a game. Warren Ward doing all kinds of good things for the Express.
No surprise he was last year's Canadian of the Year. Here's Juan Patillo on the move, off the glass and good for 2. Coach, what do you think about Juan?
How good of a pickup is that? I mean, he's the power forward they needed, and he's strong and he's long, and he's made a big difference. That was a heck of a pickup.
Over 2 steals and about a block and a half. So this is a guy that versatility.
Jamel Harris with the follow-up slam there.
When he's healthy, Jamel Harris is scary. I mean, because he's so long and has a good feel for the game, hits his shots, and I thought Cavell Johnson had a good first half as well.
Warren Ward on the high screen. Nick Evans draws the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line. Takes a tumble. Paul Cooper will be charged with the foul. Nick headed to the free throw line. Big Nick Evans, that's a whole lot of human. 6'10".
And he plays big.
Yes.
He's big, he's powerful, he's fast. He knows that he uses his body and his size. I'm really impressed with the communication piece with he and Darren Duncan, certainly in the pick and roll. Those guys look like they've been playing together a long time, and as you pointed out, the more healthy Darren gets, the better that dynamic is going to become. Nick Evans creating space for players off the ball constantly and doing great things with Darren Duncan in the pick and roll.
And I think Darren will help Maurice be better because Maurice doesn't have to do as much, doesn't have to play as many minutes. He can come in and do his things. He's a little bit quicker than Darren is right now, bring a little different look when you bring him in. And it just gives them a better team all around. Quinnell's back to playing small forward where he's more comfortable. And everybody's just, Windsor's looking better today. But I'm telling you what, KW looked like this was not going to be a good game for them tonight, and they fought like cats and dogs to come back in that second quarter.
I agree.
Yeah, they did over 20 points off the bench in the first half, and it was the second unit that got them back in the game.
Jamel Harris facing up on Juan. Pair of ones going at it here. It's Cavell, jab step, working against Nick Evans. And he gets it to fall. Cavell Johnson puts Kitchener within 4 points, 52-48.
Pretty little move in the painted area for Cavell.
I was fortunate enough to watch that close up for 2 years, and Cavell won a lot of games and made me look like a pretty good coach for a while.
That was one thing that we wanted to push into the third quarter, just talking about Cavell. What kind of teammate is Cavell, and how intricate has he been to the franchise's start here? He was one of the first players that they picked up when the franchise was announced.
Well, Cavell is Cavell's an adult.
Yep.
Cavell's someone that's going to be great in the classrooms with the kids when he talks. He's calm in the locker room, but when he wants to get emotional, I mean, he's feeling it today. He's not taking bad shots. He's feeling good, and people don't realize Cavell's been playing for a year straight. So he went to Finland, then he went to China, then he went to Greece, and then he came here. So Cavell hasn't had a break, so he's just getting his legs back from playing so much basketball over the last year, which is a long time to not have any break at all. So the second half of the year will be scary if Cavell's legs are a little rested. And I think that's why Coach Serge isn't playing him quite as much, because he's trying to get him 100% healthy.
And despite him not playing as many minutes, the number's still very good, about 10 and 5 with almost 2 blocks.
Yeah.
Ricky Tarrant quick up the floor there and makes this game a 2-point game. 7 minutes to go here in the third.
He's very, very long with the wingspan, and he's got great timing on the blocks. So, like when he played for us for 2 years, he led the league in block shots both years, and was the defensive player of the year his first year for us.
Juan Patillo scoring off the glass there. Creative drive, number 1.
And Cavell brought great emotion to the league this year when he got engaged in the first home game.
That's right.
To his beautiful girlfriend, his now fiance, and she's a model looker. So I mean, good for him. He came to Canada and found love, and I'm really happy for him. She's gorgeous.
Tarrant working against Warren Ward. Give it over to Calliste.
That's a heck of a pickup for
I agree.
KW. Jason was an Oregon player that was I think a 40+% three-point shooter.
Wow.
In Oregon.
Cavell
6 straight
Johnson
points
is
for
on fire right now.
2-point lead for the Windsor Express. 6:25 left in the third quarter. We're speaking with NBO Canada Commissioner David Magley on the mic here today. Nick Evans at the foul line extended, working in the middle of the key. And coming up short there, defended by Cavell Johnson.
he faded a little bit on that one. He didn't go up straight like he had been.
And that one is going to go the other way. Darren Duncan getting his hand in on that play.
Yeah.
Mags, do you miss coaching? I have to ask.
Yeah, I do. I miss the interaction. I miss being with the guys. I love that part of basketball. But I love what I do now.
I'm about to say.
I love what we're doing. I think that there could be tremendous expansion this year, where you could see teams, and several more teams in Ontario, and another team maybe in Quebec, and there's a strong possibility we could be in the West as early as next year.
Wow.
So if things come together like they're hoping, this league has a chance to be 26 or 28 teams eventually.
Wow.
And we're really working hard on that.
Wow.
Hopefully have some good news in the weeks to come.
Well, make sure to keep us posted.
Yeah,
Any
nice
inside
little
information
nugget.
is appreciated.
Nice little nugget there for Coach
cell
Mags.
phone number.
Yeah. I'm trying to be as generic as possible, not be too specific.
That's right. Maybe we'll be able to see it on NBL Canada in a flash, one of our videos that we
You
produce.
guys do a great job of that. You guys, I'm loving the program that you guys are doing with Audley, and it's just all value-added pieces that helps generate excitement.
Darren Duncan getting a high screen from Nick Evans. He finds Nick on the roll. Finds one at the elbow. Can't knock it down. Tarrant quickly up the floor to Cavell.
Slid in through the back door, got behind Nick Evans.
And that will go against Nick Evans. Less than 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. We're going to take a short timeout where we're going to continue talking with Coach Magley. Coach, I recently saw that you were in the north. Anything you'd like to say about that, or just visiting?
Now we're going fishing. No, I would love to have a team in Sudbury next year.
There's a great university program.
There's a great. They draw well. Their hockey team's doing good this year.
Yes.
They're probably going to build a new venue up there in the next year or two.
Okay.
The people that I'm talking to are really committed to helping Sudbury become the sports and entertainment capital of the northern part of Ontario. So North Bay and all those other markets that are 100 to 200 kilometers away that really don't want to drive down to Toronto can go to Sudbury for fun. And I just think it's a great market. It's not done by any means, but there's some good interest, and we spend a lot of time trying to get that going.
Nice. Well, we appreciate the insight. That's obviously it's hard to get those conversations going. Is that the hardest part in your opinion?
Well, it's more the interest.
Okay.
We have an interest in markets. So someone would go, why would you go to Sudbury before Ottawa, or before Laval, or before Kingston, or before Fredericton? All markets we should be in eventually. Yeah. But you got to have a motivated owner.
Yep.
And you do the low-hanging fruit and get the best people that are interested, and then we'll build around it. Cape Breton was a bit of a ways away, but they're doing a heck of a job over there, and they're the second best in the league in attendance right now as an expansion franchise.
Wow.
So that proved to be a great move.
And they made the right move by holding off by a year. Do you agree with that?
Well, I think they did it. They were not ready for it. We did an exhibition game there, and then once the first game they had 3,200 people.
Wow.
The next day they sold 100 season tickets because the people that came were just so impressed.
You see Cavell Johnson at the free throw line looking to tie this game up at 56. Good to see that development out east with Cape Breton and the Halifax Hurricanes. There seems to be a lot of good ball going on in the Atlantic Division right now.
Yeah, there is. I mean, Moncton's not been as good, but they're going to make adjustments. They've got a great coach. And
someone you know very well.
Yeah, and St. John is playing really well.
Yes.
Halifax is playing as good as anybody in the league. And again, talking about great coaches, Joe Salerno's our all-time winningest coach for most wins, so there's no doubt he's going to figure things out as well.
Well, if we're going to talk about who's playing good right now, we got to mention the London Lightning making it rain from the three-point line.
Wow.
The London Lightning might have the most talent of any team that I've seen in my time here.
I agree.
I mean, it is a really spectacular level of talent that they brought together.
Yes.
I mean, when you look at Royce White being a former draft lottery pick, and really he's just getting better.
I know.
And bringing Marvin Phillips in, and just Doug Herring adding him, and Kyle Johnson, another player I'm familiar with.
Yes.
I mean, Kyle had 51 points. You almost asked the question, who's the only one that can hold him under 50? Is Coach Magley probably when he played for me. He's a heck of a player, and they're just loaded. I mean, I love the talent. Coach Julius is doing a great job keeping all those guys happy. You know, Vito brings in. You know, it's a great place to play because Vito treats his guys so well. It's just really a model program for our league.
One of the things I wanted to talk to you about, Commissioner Magney, is the opportunity that some of these players have coming back to the NBL this year, sort of resurrecting their careers. Your Scoop Jardines, your Royce Whites, the spectacular storylines or narratives that are following these players that are coming back and doing fantastic things and resurrecting themselves on the basketball court.
You see Quinnell Brown there.
Rice has been a fabulous story for the league, and he seems to genuinely be enjoying it. It is a great place. I mean, you go to a town like Orangeville, it's a small community, but it's a family-run business that really cares about everybody, and they take great care of their people. Niagara is a home for folks. And, you know, their owners are fairly hands-off, and they really love their guys. So these guys have a chance to come and be in a very unique environment, which makes it a lot of fun for them, I think.
DeAndre Thomas driving reverse, gets the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line. DeAndre Thomas, what about his development you've seen? We saw him blow his knee out 2 years ago, patellar tendon. That's not an easy injury to come back from. It shows a lot of character that DeAndre has to be able to come back from that.
He's worked really hard.
He has.
And, you know, God love the Express. When we talk about family, they've had him around here. They've had their physio people working with them. Even when he had no chance of helping them last year, you would see DeAndre behind the bench. Not because they thought he was going to play for him, but because they wanted to see him get healthy and maybe come back and play someday. But it's not as much an investment for your return as it is for the person's return. And those are the kind of owners we have in this league. I mean, across the board, we have people that really care about their folks.
We've got some NBA storylines as well. We've got the brother of Henry Allenson, Wally, playing in this league. Relier Hollis Jefferson. The NBA storylines flowing, and just goes to show that how much talent is here.
Nick Wiggins,
yes, sorry.
We've had, I mean, it's been fun. Joseph's cousin, Corey Joseph's cousin's in the league. And Boris Siakam from the Raptors, his brother played in our league for a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot of great NBA storylines, family storylines for sure.
And that makes you know that those players know. And as Quinnell Brown knocks down the three, they've got the NBL Canada on their lips because they know where their family is playing.
Yeah, J.R. Smith's brother played last year in our league, and they're, you know, again, when you look at that, you're right. It's great exposure for us. But keep in mind, these are guys that all played at high levels themselves.
Of course.
When you look at Wally Ellenson, he's been one of the pleasant surprises in our league. Great athlete, not bashful to shoot that basketball at all. He's come in and done really well. So as much as it's cool that his brother plays across the river, we're thankful to have him in our league.
Absolutely.
He can play.
His brother had to learn from somewhere, right? He's the older brother of Henry.
Amen. I'm sure he's proud of his brother.
Wally has a number of Marquette high jump records as well. So, you know, just the talent just goes across all sports.
Oh, he could. Yeah, he's really an incredible athlete. I'd like to say he reminds me of myself, but there's too much footage left out there to prove that wrong.
Coach, I looked at, like, you're a fantastic person to follow on Instagram because you always put some rare old photos that you come out, and I really like the one that you posted a little while ago about the David Magley fan club with a picture of your parents. That must have been truly special to have that kind of experience at Kansas.
You know, the interesting part about that story was the interesting part about that story, I may have to leave here and go get on the court in a minute.
Okay.
Because that's something I won't tolerate.
Yeah. We appreciate you taking the time out, Magley.
But that thing was, we weren't very good.
Okay.
I mean, we were really good at Kansas my freshman year. I wasn't very good. And I was miserable. And my girlfriend at the time, who would later become my wife, challenged me to be the best bench sitter I could be. Cheer or get engaged. And I ended up getting not one but two fan clubs of people that just loved the way I cheered when I was not playing. And that ended up working out really good. And it was encouraging until I got a chance to play, and then things all worked out. But for me, it was really a unique experience.
For a young Indiana boy, it must have been a really cool experience. As we have Maurice Jones inbounding into Juan Patillo. Working against Adam Wing.
The Express clinging on to a 3-point lead.
They have a miss inside. Wing can't knock it down in transition. Here comes Quinnell Brown. Maurice Jones picks up the loose ball. Quickly up the floor to Wally. Launches and shoots. It's good.
So when I said he has no conscience, this kid's gonna catch and shoot that thing. You better be ready to guard Wally.
He's a great catch and shoot.
And come back on defense there. Nearly made a play on the ball, but the score goes up. And it will be a 4-point game. 1:42 left in the third quarter.
I've been really impressed with Maurice Jones.
What a courageous drive there he took there, driving baseline.
His ability to get to the rack, certainly the passing. He's been a fantastic defender when he's needed to be, a real floor general. And with Ian Darren Duncan, now all of a sudden you have a ton of depth at the point guard position. And if you want to talk about a sixth man, so to speak, this is the guy you want coming off the bench. In terms of the point guard position.
And he can be a Vinnie Johnson where he can generate points. He can be a microwave little guy that just is tough to guard because he's so different than everybody else. I mean, it's great to have bigs, but it's also have guys that are that small that can do unique things with the basketball.
Yeah, we've always had some really good bigs in this league, but it is the guard play that really that can really set some teams apart, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And having good guards. I mean, I would argue that when you guys won your 2 championships, Darren Duncan and Steph Minot were 2 of the hardest guys in the league to guard.
No, agreed.
Next year, Gary Gibson and
Tony Bennett.
Were very good.
You're right.
And
2 fantastic backwards.
Mr. Adam Blazek having a heck of a game himself.
Right. Ricky Tarrant, and A.J. Davis. All those three players, 6'1", but they're all electric.
Yeah.
1-point game. Windsor up 67-66. Nick Evans down low. Blocked by Cavell Johnson.
That was just so doggone long.
A.J. Davis. 1 minute to play here in the third quarter. Tremar Sutherland driving, kicking, extra pass. A.J. Davis slashing. Tremar. It's good for 3, and Kitchener-Waterloo takes the lead.
He has just had a great game. Tremar's had a heck of a game.
They're going to call that a long 2, so a 1-point lead for Kitchener-Waterloo.
The Titans have stayed poised and ready. Worked through a rough start. Really, really done a good job here.
Before you go, Coach Maggs, what is something you're looking forward to the rest of the way? As we have a miss from Wally.
I'm really looking forward to that end of the year run where right now it looks like the 2 number 1s are starting to stretch their distance, but there's a lot of teams that don't want to be last.
Yep.
So that fact that we don't have all the teams in the playoffs is going to make for a really nice end of the year battle to stay out of last place. Everybody's going to want to get in the playoffs. So there's going to be some good storylines in the second half of the year. Teams are going to make adjustments. There'll be more good players coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun to watch these teams compete like they are. Hats off to Coach Langus today because his team looked like they were just not going to show up, and they've competed and really put on quite a show here to make this the game that it is. And you got to give the coach a lot of credit for that. Serge is doing a really nice job.
I agree. Looking forward to clash number 5 next year?
I sure hope so.
And that will be the end of the third Q. The Windsor Express trail the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans 68-67.
Guys, you do a fabulous job. I love listening to you, especially without Alejandro on here talking.
He's laughing.
I know. I love that guy. And but the quality of your production is as good as anything in the league. Everything that you do is first class, and we're just very grateful for what you all do for our league. So thank you so much.
And we're very thankful for you, Coach Magley, for being our commissioner and putting our league to the highest that it has ever been. We're looking forward to the future and looking forward to more announcements about future teams joining the league. We'll make sure you keep us involved in the loop. Thank you very much. That's the Commissioner of the NBL Canada, Dave Magley. Always a fantastic conversation with Coach Maggs. But the Windsor Express trailed Kobe 68-67 after that quarter of play. What happened here?
Well, some things got lost in translation because we're having so much fun here talking with Commissioner David Magley. But what we do know is that the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans are in sync right now. There's been some good passing. They've done a good job on the glass, and there's certainly some efficiency. Once I get some updated stats, I can certainly speak to that narrative a little bit better. but Windsor certainly not the same play as we seen in the first quarter. We knew they were going to slow down, but now it's time to protect the basketball, get some easy looks, take some high percentage shots, and certainly close this thing out. They want to get a win here at this Clash of the Coliseum.
Absolutely. We're going to take a short break here on Knockstrom.tv. We'll be right back, folks. Welcome back, folks. Short break here on Knockstrom.tv. It's the fourth quarter. You better get excited.
Cavell Johnson staying red hot. 12 points, 6 boards, and some big defensive plays. So he'll start the fourth quarter for the Titans.
Kitchener-Waterloo outscoring Windsor 29-24 in that frame. Adam Wayne kicks it out to Davis. Quick pass in the corner for Caliste, and it's good for 3. Kitchener-Waterloo. Here come the Titans.
13 points for Caliste.
Jones directing traffic for the Windsor Express, giving it over to Wally Ellenson. And he knocks down the 3 after sweeping through.
Huge bucket for Wally, coming in a timely manner. That puts him into double digits with 12 points.
And a big 3 at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
And like I said in the pregame, Brett, both of these teams really good from the three-point line, so we knew coming in it was going to be fun to watch.
Caliste getting around the defender, swinging it over to Blazik. Blazik gets a screen from A.J. Davis going to his right. Blazik picks up his dribble back to Davis. He pivots, working against Maurice Jones. Loses control, but he ends up in the hands of Wally Ellenson on the turnover.
Get rid of that ball before there was a travel, and it subsequently caused the turnover.
Down low for Quinnell Brown. Nice play there from Caliste with the block on Quinnell Brown. We had Magley speak about Caliste and what kind of player he is.
Yeah, he was one of the first to get it going here for the Titans in the second quarter.
And they just signed him too, and there's a perimeter jumper.
Right in the face of Yohan Patillo.
3-point lead for KW.
They have started the fourth quarter like they ended the third, Brett. Really in sync, playing together, and getting quality minutes out of everyone.
Windsor needs to push the ball up the floor. Only a couple seconds left on the timeline there, and they get it over just in time. Brown.
Wally Ellenson worked so hard off the ball.
Got to create your shots. Jones, jumper off the mark. Pair of KW Titans battle for it, and Nick Evans pokes it loose. 9:52 left here in the fourth quarter. 3-point game. Kitchener up 73-70. Caliste crossing over to his right. Hedging out is Nick Evans. Back out to A.J. Davis. Calls for a clear out, goes to his right, A.J. Davis. And the foul is going to be called on the drive baseline. Patillo will get that foul. And Darren Duncan checks in for Maurice Jones as the Express trail by 3. 9:32 left here in the fourth. Evans. Cavell Johnson battling with Nick Evans. Turnaround jumper, it's good. Cavell stumbles after the shot, but he gets back on defense. KW up 5. Duncan calling out the signals for the Express. Must-win game. Patillo over to Wally. The runner off the glass and good for 2. What an adjustment midair.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it looked like he might have been thinking about that three-point shot, and because he's so good from that territory, he can take it to the rim and finish there as well, which makes him twice as deadly.
Quinnell Brown going to be charged with a foul.
Quinnell's personal. And Wally Ellenson going to be called for a foul off the ball.
Be interesting to watch the Nick Evans and Cavell Johnson matchup. The Express are going to need Evans to take control of that particular matchup and slow him down. Cavell Johnson has been dynamic.
Titans ball on the baseline after the Wally Ellenson foul. Blazik on the catch and shoot. Gets it to rattle home. 5-point lead once again. Nice job there. And here comes Quinnell Brown. Off the glass, and a foul is going to be called on the drive. No basket on the Nick Evans follow-up. But QB will go to the free throw line. 8:37 to go here in the fourth.
Quinnell Brown shooting 68% from the charity stripe on the season. Percentages are down a little bit, but the workload's up.
Yes.
As he's got a lot. They expect a lot out of him on a nightly basis.
Misses the first free throw.
But I do love the 7 boards per game. He's been great on the glass for Coach Bill Jones.
And he knocks down the second, makes it a 4-point game. So 77-73 as we have a substitution in. Calliste comes out in favor of Tarrant.
Who doesn't want a close game?
Sorry, Adam Blazik will go to the Kitchener-Waterloo bench. What a backcourt that Kitchener-Waterloo has now with Calliste and Tarrant now.
You know, you look at Calliste dribbling the basketball really smooth in transition. He's a good player, really fun to watch.
Played out of Oregon. And Cavell with a turnaround jumper knocks it down, smooth as butter. Cavell jumps
Man. This guy is a problem right now for the Windsor Express.
6-point lead for Kitchener-Waterloo. Going down low to Nick Evans. Had a good first half. And he's blocked. And they're going to call a foul against Cavell after the block. Nick Evans go to the free throw line for a pair.
So I like the play call there, and I like Nick Evans taking it to Cavell Johnson, trying to bring it back down to the other end of the floor, back him down, and you know, generate some offense, get to the free throw line, but challenge Cavell Johnson and drew a foul, which is a good thing.
And Nick gets the first free throw to fall. I spoke with Nick's mother actually at halftime. She drove all the way from Carbondale, Illinois to come to the game tonight. That's over a 10-hour drive. So it's very close to St. Louis, Missouri, for all those who are interested in your geography.
She should be proud of her son, averaging over 10 points per game, 7.6 boards, 72.7% for the free throw line, and then he gets your 1.2 blocks. So everything you would want out of a big, including great defense, and being able to set screens and do things off the ball to create space for opponents, for teammates to shoot.
Small lineup on for the Windsor Express. Juan Patillo will play the 5. Warren Ward and Ellenson on the wings. Quinnell Brown will play the 4. Warren Ward with a hold on that screen play. And Paul Cooper will check in now. Maybe looking to go down low now with a smaller defender in Patillo. Doesn't give up much size. Pretty solid player. Patillo listed at 6'6", 225 pounds. He's fronting Paul Cooper there, not allowing the entry pass.
I think he obviously more of a power forward, but like you said, doesn't give up too much size as he secures the rebound.
Yeah, he has been doing well on the rebounding department for the Express. Warren Ward handling the ball now. 7:30 to go here in the frame. Ward kicks it out to Duncan. Pump fake. Spinning. Loses it. Duncan goes down. Here come the Titans on the run. And they score. Tarrant.
So the Titans scoring 2 big points off Duncan's turnover.
And timeout has been called by Bill Jones. The Windsor Express trail 81-75 with 7:17 to go here in the fourth. We're going to take a short break. When we return, more on Knockstrom.tv. Coming out of the timeout, the Windsor Express trail the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans 81-75 here at Caesars Coliseum. It's Clash of the Coliseum 4, and we're in the third game of a triple header featuring the Windsor Lancers and the Laurier Golden Hawks, and of course the Windsor Express and KW Titans. Duncan over the timeline, gives it over to Ellenson. Kitchener-Waterloo in a zone look, trying to confuse the Express D, Express O. 6 to shoot. Darren drives and gives it over to Warren for 2.
What a pass by Darren Duncan into the interior to Warren Ward. That's exactly what Windsor needed.
Attacking those gaps and dishing to a wide open Ward. 4-point game. Paul Cooper working against Juan Patillo, kicks it out to Davis. Down low, Cooper crams it on top of Wally Ellenson.
The Titans respond in a big way. Cooper almost tearing the net down. Caesars Windsor.
Patillo tried to play that ball. Ball got behind him, led to the Cooper dunk. 6-point game again. Ward. Down low to Patillo, working against Cooper. Back out to Ward. No, that's knocked away by Tremar Sutherland.
Sutherland gets his hand in there, disrupting the play.
1 second to shoot.
And great defense by the Titans.
Gonna be a catch and shoot situation here. And he gets it off, and he scores! Big shot for Juan Patillo, number 1.
The Titans gave him way too much space to shoot. That was a poor defensive effort by Kitchener-Waterloo.
Down low
shot by Patillo.
For sure. Patillo working against Cooper once again. And he strips the ball. It's on the floor, and it will be jump ball. And it will be Windsor basketball.
So in crunch time, Patillo shows up on the offensive end, and then on the shows up on the offensive end, and then on the defensive end.
DJ Thor getting the Windsor Express crowd into it. Crossing the timeline is Duncan. 3 points, the difference. Double high screen. Over to Duncan. Patillo. It's Duncan on the jumper, no good. And Patillo going to be called for the foul on the rebound. No, they're going to call that one against Paul Cooper of the KW Titans there on the rebound. So Windsor will have possession on the baseline. Fresh shot clock, 5:31 to go. Down 3.
And it should be duly noted that Cavell Johnson has re-entered the game.
He's had a handful of walks here today.
If he can continue the hot hand.
Wally on the catch, gives it over to Darren Duncan, and they'll run their offense. High screen, Patillo. Duncan to his left in the corner for Ellenson. Ellenson drives to the middle, leaves it over for Patillo in the middle of the key. He backs it up, working inside. Step back jumper, it's going to be a little short. Tarrant on the rebound.
Well defended by Cavell Johnson.
Caliste got Wally up in the air, draws the foul, and he will shoot 3 free throws. Fantastic fake out by Caliste.
Yeah, he knew Wally Ellenson was closing out that gap and likely to elevate to defend and try to block that shot, and very smartly used the pump fake and got himself to the free throw line for 3 huge shots late in the fourth quarter.
He was recently signed. I spoke with Stu Julius before the game. They didn't know how much he was going to play, but he has been a huge factor in the game this evening. He knocks down a big free throw there. Back to the free throw line for number 2, looking to make it a 6-point game.
The Windsor Express, 30-plus points in the first quarter, Brett. 80 total right now, so if you do the math through, whatever is in change here, 2 quarters, and then this portion of the fourth, really slowed down offensively.
Yeah, nearly 29 minutes with 50 points after 12 minutes with 31 points.
That's the math I needed.
Darren Duncan in the corner for Ward. Catch and shoots. Big 3 from Ward.
And that's the shot the Windsor Express needed.
Quickly up the floor come Kitchener-Waterloo to get the Express back into their defensive set. Cavell with the runner. Can't get it to fall. Express down by a bucket. 4:30 to go here in the game. Looking to go ahead or tie. Darren Duncan in the corner. It's Ward again. And off the mark, but Wally Ellenson got his hand in the jar there. And that one will go. It will be Kitchener-Waterloo ball knocked away by Darren Duncan as we see the Kitchener-Waterloo player on the floor. That is Ricky Tarrant, and he gets helped up by Cavell Johnson.
Contact on a few plays, but the refs letting them play like Coach Magley, Commissioner Magley talked about. Unfortunately, that ball went off Darren Duncan and will be the possession for the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans.
Battling on each possession. Blazik to the right. Oh, couldn't get the runner to fall. Patillo tipped it out, and here come the Express. 4 minutes to go. Duncan, middle of the key, pulls it out. High screen, Juan. The pass goes to Juan, down low, and he scores. Tie game, 85 up.
Beautiful feed from Cornell Brown to Juan Patillo.
And we're going to have a timeout called by Kitchener-Waterloo. Don't go anywhere, folks. 3:49 to go. We've got a tie game at Caesars Windsor for the Clash of the Coliseum. We'll be back here on Knockstrom.tv. Coming back out of the timeout with less than 4 to go here on Knockstrom.tv. Listening into that timeout, and Bill Jones was preaching defensive rebounding to his club now, and that might be the difference here.
Absolutely, and we know how good this Kitchener-Waterloo team is on the old glass. If they give up any of those second chance points opportunities, it could be the nail in the coffin.
And there's a near turnover there. Calliste is defended by Warren Ward. Very close to being an 8-second violation there. Nice job, nice hustle showed by Jason Calliste there. Blazik enters the three-point line, kicks it out for Calliste, 5 to shoot. Gets to the cup, at the glass, no good. Second chance, rebounded by Juan Patillo.
Important closeout there by the Express.
Wally, and you hear the eruption of fans.
He has been doing that all year long. Wally Ellenson has big playability.
We saw it early in the year in a game against London. We said, this guy's got something, and he has shown us every game since. Cavell, spinning, turnaround jumper, defended by Juan. Loose ball, and they're going to be a foul. They're going to be a push foul underneath on Kitchener-Waterloo. Tremar Sutherland, number 9, called for the push.
And this was the boost that this Windsor team needed. Under 3 minutes left, up by 3, and they have possession of the basketball, Brett.
Smart possessions would seem to be the key to pulling out a victory here. Turnovers and free throws we always talk about in the fourth quarter. High screen set by Juan. Duncan with 10 to shoot. To his right. Off the glass, and it goes! And it will be a basket.
Missed his last 2 field goal attempts, but shows up when it counts the most. Darren Duncan getting it done for the Windsor Express.
Now they're up 5, 90 to 85. I believe that's a 10-0 run as Adam Blazik can't knock down the shot in transition. Oh, he goes hard to the floor. Blazik behind the play. Quinnell Brown in transition. Off. No, and he loses it to Tarrant. Ward called for it in the corner, and Quinnell gave it up to him. And now there's going to be a foul the other way. Tremar Sutherland to the free throw line.
So 2 very, very important free throws here coming for the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans. If he's successful and makes both, it puts him within 3, which would be a very important number with 2 and change left in the fourth quarter.
Maurice Jones checks into the game for Darren Duncan, who just knocked down a big bucket. Seems to be fatigued.
Very, very important free throws here.
He knocks down the first. Juan Patillo playing the 5. And Tremar misses the second, so it's a 4-point lead for Windsor. It's a good foul.
And an important defensive rebound there for Juan Patillo.
Maurice Jones directing traffic. Jones to his left, to Ward in the corner for 3. Off the heel, but that one's poked away, but collected by Blazek. 4-point game, 1:50 to go. Tarrant on the drive. Can't get the shot to fall, but he's out of bounds when he collected the rebound. And it will be Windsor basketball. Looking for a foul on that play. Tarrant not going to get the call.
The ball just kind of flew to him, and he happened to be standing there, so really no option, but good news for the Express.
Jones gets around Tarrant to inbound the basketball. 1:40 to go here, 90-86. What a game it's been. What a day it's been.
Maybe the most important possession of the game for Windsor right here.
Quinnell working against Tarrant. And he scores the MVP, getting it done there.
And QB rises up when it matters most.
Calliste down low to Johnson, and he's going to be fouled by Quinnell. No chance at the and one there because of the hard foul by Quinnell Brown. 1:23 to go here. Cavell Johnson at the line for 2.
Win or lose, number 28 has played great basketball tonight as he cans the first.
Express CEO and President Dardis Willis to our left here in the upper deck. Seems to be a little bit nervous.
He looks like he's into this. There's some passion oozing out of that jacket.
It always seems like no matter what, no matter who is here on the floor, it's always a fantastic game and an opportunity to showcase fans what we have here in your own backyard in Windsor, Ontario, the NBL Canada. Duncan gets the high screen. And he is fouled. Tarrant going to be charged for the foul there. Nice job by the Express guard to draw the foul there. He left his feet, though. One thing I didn't like on that play was that he left his feet before he passed it, but he was able to get the foul. Blazek will be charged with the foul. That'll be his second. I believe Blazek shook his head thinking that wasn't me, but inbounding it is Windsor to Quinnell. 1:05 to go. 92-88. 8 seconds to shoot. Duncan, high screen. Over to Juan, and he is fouled on the alley-oop. Only play that Tremar Sutherland had there was to knock it away from Juan Patillo and commit the foul.
Yeah, it was a great pass by Darren Duncan. Spot on. It looked like Patillo was a little bit too far forward, but able to get to the free throw line regardless, generate some offense, stop the clock. 56.5 ticks left, and the Express in good shape. That said, it isn't over yet.
We've seen crazier things happen in 6 seconds, let alone 56 seconds. So Juan Patillo, big free throw here. Ooh, rattles out. So to make it a 5-point game, a true 2-possession game, Patillo with the free throw.
And really for Windsor, that would be ideal.
Off the mark, but rebounded. Oh, Cavell Johnson grabs it.
And Warren Ward behind the play.
Tarrant over to Calliste. Off the mark. Rebounded by Juan Patillo. Huge rebound. And they're going to commit a foul on Darren Duncan with 43 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. A good look from Calliste, but unfortunately just off the front rim.
Yeah, Kitchener-Waterloo kind of having to force things. Now some pressure here, Brett fighting the clock. But still some time left to work. I mean, 43 seconds can be an eternity when you get quick whistles, right? When there's missed free throws, like the first one here by Darren Duncan. You just never know in this league.
Darren Duncan's lining up the second. Knocking it down, 5-point game, 43.1. We're going to get a timeout, I believe, by Kitchener-Waterloo. That will advance the ball from the baseline to the front court and allows Coach Serge Langus to draw up a play to get his team back into it. 43 ticks to go. Don't go anywhere, folks. Knockstrom.tv will have you covered when we return for the fourth. Coming out of the timeout, the Windsor Express having multiple conversations about the defensive side of the ball coming into this possession. This is a huge, huge opportunity for Kitchener-Waterloo.
It needs to be mistake-free basketball here for the Windsor Express. In terms of fouls committed, turnovers, those things need to be perfect.
Tarrant, 48 seconds to go. Looking to get Calliste on the curl. Jab step, steps inside the key, and he'll draw the foul on Juan Patillo with 32.9 to go. An opportunity to get 2 points at the line for Jason Calliste.
This isn't a bad scenario for the Titans, Brett. If Calliste can camp both these shots.
And what a great game he has had for Kitchener-Waterloo.
Great jump shooter, smooth with the basketball.
Unfortunately, we're going to see him on Sunday.
Dribble, play in transition.
Yeah, the Kitchener-Waterloo will be back at the WFCU Center on Sunday afternoon for a 2 p.m. game. So
he makes the second.
Huge free throw there, 93-90. Watch out for some turnovers here. 30 seconds to go in the game. So time to shoot still for Windsor. KW can hold off and have one last possession.
Those made free throws, the lead diminished, just now 3 points for the Express.
Duncan to his left, stops, drops, can't get it to drop, and will be Kitchener ball. 7 seconds to shoot. They had possession, so the alternate possession doesn't go. 3 to shoot. Calliste off the mark. And that is how this game ends. Jason Calliste's 3 rims out, and the Express come away with a 93-90 victory, a much-needed victory.
A little bit of confusion there at the end of the game with the small increment of time that Kitchener had to work with, but boy, they didn't go down without a fight here at the at the Caesars Windsor, despite the Express's red-hot start, 30-plus points in the first quarter. I'm really impressed with what Kitchener-Waterloo brought to the court tonight.
I couldn't agree with you more, Kobe. A fantastic basketball game between two regional rivals at a special venue like Caesars Windsor. The Express moved to 6-11. The Kitchener-Waterloo Titans fall to 6-9. We'll see them on Sunday at the WFCU, so some revenge will definitely be on the minds of the Titans for sure.
Yeah, when you look at the statistical matchups in terms of either team or individual players, these are two really evenly matched squads, both looking to climb the ladder in the Central, so really exciting stuff.
I couldn't agree with you more. And for 3 games, you couldn't have got for 1 ticket. You couldn't have got a better slate of 3 games. The Windsor women win 68-65. The men Lancers defeat the Laurier Golden Hawks on a buzzer beater, 89-86. And of course, the Windsor Express hold off a 93-90 victory Colby, what are your thoughts on just this entire experience for the fans here?
Well, I'm looking right now at the players on the court, taking it all in, seeing their product in action here. Everybody sort of shuffling out, smiles on their faces, people having fun, embracing one another. The community feeling here is wonderful. Audley Stevenson on the court here, talking to Darren Duncan, doing the post game. I mean, this whole thing couldn't have gone any better tonight.
Couldn't agree with you more. The only thing that could make it better is a great post-game show with Aaron Sanders and Justin Prince. A big shout out to our fans and our supporters, our sponsors, Mastro Kitchen Studio. Mastro Kitchen Studio is your kitchen showing its age. Mastro Kitchen Studio can rejuvenate your existing kitchen with a fresh design that will reflect your unique taste and lifestyle. They offer innovative quality cabinetry and a selection of styles and colors. Our designs are developed specifically for you. Our cabinetry custom built for your unique space. Mastro Kitchen Studio, creating designs with you in mind. Let's take it into the center court now with Justin Prince and Aaron Sanders with the Knockstrom.tv post-game show. Take it away, folks.
And as we close down this cavalcade known as Clash of the Coliseum, where all 3 games came right down to the wire, and all 2 games from the Lancers game came down to 3 points, this game was no exception. The Windsor Express get out of the Coliseum with a 93-90 victory over the KW Titans. And welcome courtside to the Knockstrom postgame. This is Aaron Sanders alongside JP. And for a second there, Justin, we thought the Titans were going to run away with it the way it was been the Cavell Johnson show for basically the whole 24 minutes, but it was some key buckets that kept Windsor right into it and secure that lead to the end of the game.
Yes, Kitchener-Waterloo had the momentum coming out of that locker room to start the second half, shooting 61% in that third quarter, but Windsor was able to claw their way and keep that victory, because right now they outmade in field goals Kitchener-Waterloo in this one, 35-32 overall, because Kitchener-Waterloo, of course, at one point in this fourth quarter seemed to have all the momentum, but it came down to clutch baskets, great defensive stops, and overall good play down the stretch for Windsor to win once again here at Caesars Windsor.
Windsor has skunked Waterloo 3 games in a row. I mean, we've seen a close game from the Lancers women, which you called, and I had the pleasure to call the men's game, where Mike Roca knocked down a half-court buzzer beater to win the game. That was by 3, and now we had the pleasure of another game come right down the wire. Windsor Express, they move up to 6-11, but of course there's a lot more improvements to come upon after this game, and it has been noted that after every Clash of the Coliseum game the Windsor Express have had, they're undefeated, by the way, here on a neutral site game, that they would always have a strong second half during the season. So the question being, what does Windsor have to do now and look upon in order for them to have a strong start and get out of last place in the Central Division?
Well, first off, they have to have that ball control and the ball movement to get high-quality offensive shots. That's what they had for much of that first half, like I mentioned with Darren Duncan and the point guards in that first half. As well as Audley Stevenson mentioning that. You also have to think as well, keep the team out of foul trouble and get more boxed out rebounds, because they got out rebounded 10-2 on offensive boards on the inside. They cannot have that happen in future games, or else they're going to allow a lot of second chance points. They need to get those rebounds on the defensive end and prevent those offensive rebounds and keep that offense moving for high quality shots, or else you'll end up having performances where you have to claw your way back and hope you can make a last second push in the end in some of the games they've had so far this year.
In all honesty, you and I were talking about the whole thing throughout the whole game, and the topic has been same. The Windsor Express has not had a consistent game or a pattern throughout the whole season, because, like I said, they're usually a second half team, but they showed a direct difference when they were a strong first half team, and they barely came out of the gates when the chips were down in the second half. So you really got to be consistent for these games and make sure the forwards stay out of foul trouble and make sure the guards are very consistent with their ball rotation and get good shots off. Well, that's what I see.
Yeah, Nick Evans, like we mentioned before as well, stayed out of that foul trouble tonight. He's been in foul trouble the past few games, had 3 fouls overall tonight, and ended up with a 15-6 game overall, 15.6 rebounds. And also a double-double for Juan Poeto with 13 points and 12 rebounds on a quiet night. So good performances out of them on the rebounds. And that was kind of helped, of course, by having Nick Evans out of that foul trouble. Tonight it was DeAndre Thomas, of course, with the 5 fouls, including a technical. But Nick Evans, when he's been in foul trouble, Windsor has struggled. When Thomas is playing more, or because of that foul trouble, he's more exhausted. Tonight, it was the exact opposite, and it kind of helped Windsor, it seemed, down that stretch.
And Windsor showed for this game tonight, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And with that, Kitchener-Waterloo's 2-game winning streak is broken. They dropped to 6-9. They're still third in the division, but when all in all, despite them going back, we'll go back to Windsor for a second. They lost to Niagara a couple of days ago on Sunday, but now they bounced back as they always had when it comes to the Clash of the Coliseum. For Kitchener-Waterloo, they're in Orangeville this Friday, and the Express will follow suit. They'll be at the Institute Saturday as well, and the next time we'll see you will be Sunday afternoon, where they play, get this, the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans once again. So twice in a week, they're going to have to become old friends, but put that aside and become bitter enemies and make sure somebody wins the rivalry of the 401, that's for sure.
Yes, right now, both of these teams definitely getting acquainted with each other in the next few days, of course. But right now, both of these teams, of course, are probably going to take what they saw from this one and adjust coming into their next matchup on Sunday. Because right now, both of these teams are trying to close each other down the playoff stretch right now. We're approaching already near the halfway point of the season overall, so things are starting to get important. Like Kitchener-Waterloo made a move today, if people did not notice. They had released Beniad Sharif and signed Jason Castille, who came in, was not expected to play much, if at all, tonight, and turned out with 19 points off the bench. So, and that is just in your first game, so that could be a major impact the next time these guys come around and down the stretch as well. If that's how he performs in his first game, how is he going to perform by Sunday after more than just one practice, as Stu Julius, the GM of the Titans, said he had before tonight?
And we're going to have to find out on Sunday, back on home turf at the WFCU Center. By the way, the Island Storm was supposed to play the Halifax Hurricanes. Let me announce this to you, the Storm fans, and of course Halifax viewers. That game has been postponed for a later date, so be sure you tune in to your local team website and find out when that date is, okay? So that game has been postponed. We'll see you back here on Sunday, where the Express play against the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans once again at the WFCU Center. Once again, the final score, the Windsor Express claw one out of here, 93-90. We'll see you again, like we said, Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. This has been a presentation of Knoxstrom Digital Media, producing the media excellence in Southern Ontario. We want to thank OUA.TV for their collaboration tonight. It has been very monumental, and we hope to do it again real soon. Until Sunday night, this for JP, this be Aaron Sanders saying so long from the Rose City.